Okay, I'm going live right now. Let's start over, okay? You're telling me what's going on at the border now, Lewis?
Well, right here at the border right now, Veterans on Patrol is shutting down border operations. We do not have the manpower to withhold what is coming our way. We have terrorists en route. We have a depleted Border Patrol agency. They're down to 30% of their agents are able to get into the field because they're babysitting. There is no one else but out here. We're the only ones out here. And we've been holding this line for as long as we can. Now, our camps have gone under fire, direct live fire. We've been threatened back because we're pressuring the cartel to release the children, threatening to burn down their drug mines. And the enemy is no longer afraid of us because they've seen for 2 weeks we've only had a skeleton crew. Even though we've extracted dozens of children and rescued over 100-something migrants, it doesn't matter. They know that we do not have the capabilities that they see on social media. So the PSYOP part of our program that kept us safe is no longer effective. They are very emboldened. And people who do want to get involved want to bring down guns, plug a hole, and force people to turn around, which is the exact opposite of what we're supposed to be doing. If we force these migrants to turn around, they're going to be smuggled through the shadows. They're going to be sent into sex trafficking. They're going to have their organs harvested. So we do not have even the right-minded people able to come down and listen to our property owners. We are the ones who've been out here for 3.5 years. We know the ground better than anyone. We are authenticated. I work as a private journalist. I have Border Patrol agents that are my sources, my whistleblowers. They assist our operations because they know we operate in a humane capacity. We separate the flock. We turn in the bad. We take care of the ones who don't mean us any harm. We're extracting children from this border. We still have over 300 children stacked up in a compound that we posted, identified, marked, so people would know where that compound is. It's within striking range of our missionary strike force, but we do not have enough resources to move in to take care of certain problems. And you would have to have the right-minded mentality coming down here. Our American people are brainwashed. They're playing the fiddle while America burns, trusting in fake Q plans and listening to all these political talking heads, buying pillows and everything else. Women and children continue to be raped, abused, and smuggled through our backyard. Criminals are coming in numbers we've never seen. We watched hundreds of criminals get around us while we were taking care of the women and children all week. And we took care of a lot of women and children, and there's a lot of those videos are going to get out, but they're going to hit this mainstream way too late. It's going to be after the fact. Our teams are pulling back. We're going to be establishing freedom shelters. I had the contacts of over a dozen unaccompanied children that I was personally there for the extraction. They made the phone calls from my phone. We talked to their families. It's the first thing we do is put them in contact with their parents. We're going to follow up with every one of these children that have been given my contact information and have given me theirs. So we're going to see where they end up in America. We are sending teams out to make sure that these children aren't being sponsored by pedophiles because the FBI waived background checks. And you have pedophile sponsors coming down by the dozens to snatch up little brown babies, and there is no one to protect these children from these pedophile sponsors. This is a reality of what we're witnessing transpire right before our eyes.
So the border is completely open now.
Pardon?
The border is completely open now.
It's completely open. All interior checkpoints are open. You don't have enough Border Patrol to man any of the holes. They are only able to get 10% of what is crossing, so the cartel is at a 90% effective rate. And if you cross the first time, you have a 90% chance to get around Border Patrol. But don't worry, if they happen to get you and you're not a violent criminal, so they can't hold you, then you get another chance. It's unlimited attempts for these guys. They get released right on the other side of the border. They pick up their new set of camo, new backpack full of drugs, and they make their way right back up into America. There is no stopping what is transpiring on this border. Everyone was looking at Texas. Everyone sent all the resources at Texas. Arizona has fallen. Our border communities we're retreating. We don't have no choice. Our border communities and a lot of our property owners and families were preparing safe places for them to go because they stood on this line. They've been exposed to the criminals. They've been threatened. They've been shot at. They've even been threatened with arrest for helping these children by a corrupt Border Patrol agent. You know, a majority of our contacts and resources in Tucson Sector Border Patrol are outstanding. Unfortunately, we have a couple corrupt ones in this area, and it also puts our volunteers in a compromised situation. Because we just had Sandy, there was a Mexican woman who just got dumped here a couple hours ago at the child dumping grounds we've been monitoring. She was severely wounded. She had open wounds, infections. BP was not able to respond, so my volunteer, she's a nurse. She transported her a quarter mile to the nearest agent, and then she was threatened with arrest for transporting the illegal and discouraged from maintaining her watch. So we do not have enough people. This only would have stopped if people would have came down. But they're too busy buying pillows, sending money to nonprofits and everything else. They're not willing to sacrifice. Our border communities were abandoned. So now every piece of evil is going to pour into the United States of America. We were neglected. We were abandoned down here. No one wanted to hold the Arizona Republican Party accountable for the federally protected smuggling corridors that they're operating with the Democrats. No one wants to call out the GOP and the Republicans who are responsible in our state because they want their votes counted instead. So we're just in a situation where we have to make the best decision possible for our volunteer safety and their families. We are done. They have already started buying more land. They're building compounds all around us right now. Mexicans are moving in, snatching up all these cheap acres of land around us, and they're building their own little homesteads. We are completely outnumbered, overran. We have far more cartel soldiers in our community than we have American patriots willing to rise up and fight back. So this isn't a failure of us or our volunteers. This is just a reality of the situation. Everybody promised, no one came. Everybody scheduled when we were being invaded and children were being raped, no one came. Everybody trusted a Q plan that isn't doing anything but perpetuating the fall of America. No one came. And we've been producing and releasing videos of child rescues, migrant rescues, criminals and sex offenders turned in, poisons destroyed, cartel infrastructure destroyed. We have produced nothing but full video evidence of every statement that we make, and criminals and fake patriots go out there and call us a fraud and a scam. Because they want you donating to their nonprofit. They want you sending money to their Republican savior that's supposedly going to change everything. We have no hope in Pima County. Wendy Rogers refuses to assist. Andy Biggs refuses to assist. Kelly Townsend refuses to assist. Deb Lesko, the Fincham, Gozar, all these politicians people look up to and praise and say, send your money to my guy. Not a single one of them have come down to assist our border communities. They're not willing to because they are operating the sanctuary camps and the cartel water stations that are getting all the criminals around Border Patrol to begin with. They're not allowed to let mainstream media come down and show this story because the emails that we have exposes Republicans, Democrats, county attorneys, sheriffs, everyone. And America isn't allowed to know that their political party on the Republican side has been taking money from them while operating secret federally protected smuggling corridors where we've cleaned up rape trees and pulled out rape victims from this border. That's the reality. That's the harsh truth. We've done what we can do. So there is no more border operations that Veterans on Patrol is a part of. I do have the missionary strike force. We do have other things that we can do. VOP itself is going to be revamped, and we'll find a new program for our veterans. Remember, this is the Veteran Suicide Prevention Program. This mission was a failure. Unfortunately, we failed at our attempt to stop the cartel from smuggling children through our backyard. It's a heartbreaking failure, but our people gave it all, brother. I'm going to tell you that. They gave it all. There's nothing else that they could possibly give. They had no idea the long nights, the hours they worked, the wear and tear on their vehicles, the money they spend because we don't take money. Everything they've done has been a sacrifice for this nation that still plays politics, still watches and shares the same old news stuff, is so easily distracted that they're looking in Afghanistan, not even realizing these terrorists are going to be able to come through a wide open southern border. It is wide open in Pima County. There is no one left. Border Patrol is at 30%. There's nothing left. There's not enough people. There's just not enough people, so we're just going to go with God and get the hell out of here while he tells us to.
Okay, get the hell out of there. I'll make phone calls right now, see what I can get, and we'll come up with a plan. Let's reconvene tomorrow, okay, brother?
Well, like I said, we still have the missionary strike force, so if people want to work with that on me, they got to work with that on me quietly, and there's nothing that goes out publicly about what those operations entail. Okay. I still have over 300 children in a compound south of me. There's thousands coming up, and I still want to make sure that these people feel pain for what they're doing to these kids, and at least put out a last shot against them.
Okay, look.
Still here.
We
don't have the manpower to do that safely, and we definitely don't have Americans with a pair.
Okay,
look. They don't have no pair.
Look,
they just don't.
Look,
we not our founding fathers.
I know.
They threw away everything. They gave everything away so they can continue to work for the system, pay their bills, keep their jobs, keep their nonprofits. But all that stuff that they decided to keep and throw us to the wolves, God is coming and everything's going to be taken from them. Everything's going to be taken from them because they refused to repent. They refused to assist those of us out here doing His work. They mocked us, ridiculed us, called us fakes, frauds, and scams, and refused to show all their followers the hundreds of children rescued, the hundreds of bad guys intercepted, the tons of trash removed, all the amazing reports and lives that we have saved out here in the past 3.5 years. You're talking hundreds and hundreds of people who have been impacted in a positive manner by our operations, and so many sex offenders who didn't make it to America because we got to them and got them over to Border Patrol before they could make it.
Lewis,
that's the reality.
Look, I just got off the phone with a congresswoman. We talked about you and the border. I don't want to talk to you, and I'm live right now. Give me an hour, and are you going to be somewhere I can call you back?
We should be en route to Alpha within an hour, so if I don't have signal, I will shortly afterwards. There's a dead spot I got to go through. Okay.
Let's reconvene, and let's reconvene 2 hours, okay, brother?
Yep.
Love you. God bless. Sorry I failed you, brother, but we're going to get somebody. God's going to take care of this. We're going to get it taken care of, okay?
God bless you, man. You just keep your head up, and I would tell you right now, you better start preparing your family.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
All right?
All right. Love you, man.
All right. Love you, too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys. That's Lewis with Veterans on Patrol. I don't know. I don't know. God's got this. God, please show me what we're supposed to do. Vaccine Police out.